Okay, so here we are with our reading, our weekly energy reading. It is a general reading. It's picking up on the general information about what's happening now, right? So in this conversation, we're going to be talking about what is the overall energy for the week, what um, what our heart's desire is for the week, what grounded action is required for us to take, what obstacles we face, what the possible outcome is, and then what baby step is that we need to take. So the first card, and I had already shuffled this one, is time to go. So the energy for this week really is to go away, to walk away from any old beliefs, any old mindsets, right? There is a door there at the end, and so we're walking towards, it's almost like we're walking towards a door that we can't see. So it's really just continuing this faith walk that we've all been on, or that some of us have been on, since the start of this situation that we find ourselves in, right? And so it really is just a time to go, time to just let go, just walk away from things that really just do not serve us. And it doesn't have to be a hard walk, right? This seems like a very light walk. So this could be the very last stages, as full moons really are about culminating energies. And so this is like the last stage of anything that you've been holding on to, just letting it fall away, just glide away from those things that are holding you back. And so now looking at what is the heart's desire? What is the universe trying to gift us with this week, right? What is the lesson of the heart for this week? Wow. Oh my gosh. Literally fell out of the deck. And this came up in a reading last night. This is so crazy. So freedom and trust. So yeah, so we want to be free in this time, right? We want to be free of this quarantine. We want to be free of this illness. We want to be free of the things that are oppressing us, the things that are holding us down. So yeah, this is so many of our heart's desire, and the universe wants us to be free as well. But in order for us to experience any kind of freedom, right, we have to walk away. And so this could also be really like, this could also be looked at as really closing the door. As I said, closing the door on things that no longer serve us, to really just walk away from jobs, relationships, right? Maybe some of you all have been using this time, those of you that have had the privilege of being at home, of working at home, to really look at what is serving me, what is not serving me anymore, what relationships have just run their course, right? And just walking away from those things so that you can experience this freedom, right? But that is going to take trust. It is going to really depend on your ability to trust yourself, to trust the universe, to learn to work with ancestor guides or angels, whatever your spiritual practice is, if you have one. It's really time to trust those things. Because if you do not trust them, if you do not trust even your dreams and the things that are waiting for you at the end of this door, you're never going to experience that freedom. You're just going to keep going around and around and around, right? And so then grounded action that you should take. So what is the grounded action that we should be taking this week? Wow. Working with Chiron, the wounded healer, right? So working on healing this week. And oh my God, this is so perfect for for full moon in Scorpio, because Scorpio is all about getting to the depths, those secrets, things that just lurk at the bottom of the seas and the oceans. And so this full moon in Scorpio might actually have you feeling away, right? The full moon energy is 2 weeks before, 2 weeks after. So you might even be feeling things now that are coming up so that you can release them. And if you look at this image, You know, this image of Chiron, the wounded healer. And sometimes Chiron is, it's that part of us, it's that primal wounding. It's the wounding that cuts so deep in us. And it could be a wounding that you came into this iteration of your existence to heal, right? So your incarnation, this incarnation of you in this earth, sometimes we come with that wounding. Sometimes the wounding happens very early in childhood, right? And so we have this gaping wound, and a lot of people say that they don't think that the wound will ever heal, that you can't heal a Chiron wound. I don't believe that. And so what is going to be coming up for you this week? So if you start to feel yourself going into a depression or ruminating on thoughts, know that those things are coming up so that you can free yourself from them. So trust the process, trust your emotions, right? Because they are going to guide you to the healing that you've asked for. Maybe doing some meditation this week, taking salt baths if that's something that you can do, so that you can heal those wounds, being extra gentle with yourself. Yes. It said 50 minutes. I'll come down and check it. Okay, so obstacle. So what is the obstacle? What is standing between you and freedom? Which deck do I want to use? Okay. Literally, these same cards came out last night. And I have like shuffled these cards and did a reading last night on myself, and these things did not come up. So this energy is really something. So this is the obstacle. Not allowing yourself to feel pleasure. Having a outdated, outmoded idea of what you think pleasure should look like. Restricting yourself on how you allow yourself to receive pleasure. Being afraid that you shouldn't feel pleasure. So I love to see the deer here, because in my spiritual practice, I work with the deer. The deer is also my animal totem. And so the deer really represents a time to be fearless, to walk away from fear. And so the thing about pleasure is there's no one way to get there. As you can see, right, it is a crisscrossy type trail, but the deer is there to help you. The deer is there to show you that you don't have to be afraid. You don't have to be afraid of the depths of your own pleasure. What ways are you siphoning off your pleasure? And again, full moon in Scorpio. One thing we know about Scorpio, right, is that they are, what is the word? That like hedonistic, like allowing themselves to have a sense of pleasure, allowing themselves to have a sense of luxury, to make things beautiful, to be intense. Maybe you're afraid of the intensity of your pleasure, because pleasure is definitely coming up as an obstacle to your own freedom. So interesting. Possible outcome. The thinker. So by the end of next week, maybe you have let go of the things that are not working for you. You are working on trust. You are healing yourself so that you're no longer putting a disclaimer or a guard on your pleasure. And so the outcome for this is you're thinking in new ways. You're being blessed with new ideas, with new thoughts, new ways of being in the world. Wow, look at this. I love to see it. And we need this. We need something to look forward to. Outcome, 3 of Cups, right? So we know Cups has to do with emotions. This is a card of celebration. This is also a card of what we call the triple goddess, right? This is the maiden, the mother, and the crone. Y'all can Google that. You can look that up. Right? But this is about integration, integrating all parts of yourself, right? Thinking about how you can integrate all parts of yourself, right? How can you have pleasure? How can you have trust? How can you have freedom? How can you have healing? There is a real possibility once we come out of this full moon next Thursday. Okay, you might feel a lightning of spirit. Maybe there'll be something really interesting to celebrate next Friday. We will see, because then we have the Chariot showing up, a card of victory, of arrival. And then we have, as the last outcome card, the Make-A-Wish card. This is a card of wishes coming true, actually. This is a card of wishes coming true. So that is so amazing, right, as an outcome. But first we gotta walk away from what we know so that we can experience the celebration and the victory of something that we don't know yet, whatever it is, right? So we know that there is the door, and this is what is at the end of that door. This is what's on the other side of that door, right? And so there's nothing to fear. The deer is showing up to tell us there's nothing to fear. Even if there is a crumbling this week, right? Even if those old wounds come up this week, it is so you will be ready for the celebration. You'll be ready for the victory. You'll be ready to have your wishes come true. This is a good weekly reading. So this should be the guidance for the week, right? Focusing on celebration. Asking the question, where can I be more free? And maybe on the full moon, doing a releasing ritual, a burning ritual, right? About burning those parts of yourself that you did not think that you could heal from. And so then one baby step, one small action that you can take. Wow. So you've got the love. So this is a card of boundaries. And so this says Hadarian energy, codependency, and boundaries, right? So where are you being codependent? Cutting those ties, setting your boundaries. This is a very different energy than this, right? Here we see primarily 3 different images. Well, we see more than 3, really. But this is not a card of integration. This is a card of splitting yourself so that you can fit other people's expectations. And so maybe that's what you need to walk away from, right? Set those boundaries. Free yourself. And trust that you are protected, that it is right for you to walk away. It is okay for you to set boundaries, right? This is what you're being urged to do, right? Wow, this is so amazing. And then, and that's it. That's it. That's the baby step, right? So set your boundaries. So that is the reading. So good, so good. And I will see y'all in a couple of days, and maybe even later on today. Maybe I'll do another love reading. So see you later.